The St. John of Damascus Orthodox Educational Initiative presents the Damascene Podcast.
Chapter 15. How he cast out a devil from the prefect's wife even before his arrival. But, as we have before related, how this venerable man prevailed against the false stratagems of the devil, now let us show in what way he displayed his power against his open and undistinguished enmity. There was a certain prefect of King Egfrid Hildemer by name, man devoted with all his house to good works, and therefore especially beloved by St. Cuthbert, and often visited by him whenever he was journeying that way. This man's wife, who was devoted to almsgiving and other fruits of virtue, was suddenly so afflicted by a devil that she gnashed her teeth, uttered the most pitiable cries, and throwing about her arms and limbs, caused great terror to all who saw or heard her. Whilst she was lying in this state and expected to die, her husband mounted his horse, and coming to the man of God, besought his help, saying, "My wife is ill and at the point of death. I entreat you to send a priest to visit her before she dies, and minister to her the sacrament of the body and blood of Christ, and also that when she is dead she may be buried in his holy place." He was ashamed to say that she was out of her senses, because the man of God had always seen her in her right mind. Whilst the holy man was going to find out a priest to send to her, he reflected in his mind that it was no ordinary infirmity, but a visitation of the devil. And so, returning to the man who had come to entreat him in his wife's behalf, he said, "I will not send anyone, but I will go myself to visit her." Whilst they were going, the man began to cry, and the tears ran down his cheeks, for he was afraid lest Cuthbert, finding her afflicted with the devil, should think that she had been a false servant of the Lord, and that her faith was not real. The man of God consoled him. "Do not weep, because I am likely to find your wife otherwise than I could wish, for I know that she is vexed with the devil, though you are afraid to name it, and I know, moreover, that before we arrive she will be freed and come to meet us with her, and will herself take the reins as sound in mind as ever, and will invite us in and minister unto us as before. For not only the wicked but the innocent are sometimes permitted by God to be afflicted in body, and are even taken captive in spirit by the devil." Whilst he thus consoled the man, they approached the house, and the evil spirit fled, not able to meet the coming of the holy man. The woman, freed from her suffering, rose up immediately, and as if from her sleep, and meeting the man of God with joy, held the bridle of his horse, and having entirely recovered her strength, both of mind and body, begged him to dismount and bestow his blessings upon her house, and ministering sedulously to him, testified openly that at the first touch of the rein she had felt herself relieved from all the pain of her former suffering.